Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Ask the Gov. Let's begin. Our first question comes from Jeff in Spirit Lake. Jeff says, do you support voter ID? Yes, I believe that somebody that comes to vote should be able to show their identification. I mean, you need an identification to go on an airplane, to buy a beer, for just about anything. So requiring voter identification is a way to prevent fraud, and consequently I think it makes a lot of sense. Second question comes from Gary in Clarion. Gary says, what are you doing to protect Iowa's waterways? Last year we passed a major initiative called the Iowa Nutrient Reduction Strategy. This was developed with the cooperation of the Iowa DNR, Department of Agriculture, and Iowa State University. And we put $2.4 million into that, in addition to the other money we provide for soil conservation and cost sharing and things like that. So the total is over $20 million. This year we're increasing the nutrient reduction funding from $2.4 to $4.4 million. We've seen tremendous interest and support for these programs. Last year too, we had a lot of very wet spring and a very difficult time, and so some farmers in northern Iowa weren't even able to get crops in. But we found a lot of interest in cover crops, and the funding for that has been something that we've established and has been very well received. And I'm very hopeful we're going to be able to continue to reduce the loss of valuable nutrients into our streams and improve the waterways. And I think the strategy that Iowa has developed will be copied by many states. Our third question comes from Graham via Facebook. Graham says, are we finally going to get some property tax relief for our commercial real estate? The answer is yes, and it's going to come. The bill was passed last year, but property taxes are paid a year late. So you're going to see, and those people that had commercial real estate had an opportunity to apply for a tax credit before the 15th of January. In addition to that, there will be a 5% permanent reduction in the valuation that's subject to property tax this coming year, starting this fiscal year, with the bills that come out next fall, and another 5% the year after that. So there's two aspects to it. There's the property tax credit, which you had to apply for before January 1st for this coming year, and then there's also the automatic reduction. But the combination should mean significant reduction in property tax, and of course, depending upon how large the parcel you have is, smaller parcels, I think the tax credit itself is about $500. So if you have a small parcel with only a property tax of a couple $1,000s, you can see a significant reduction there. But then all commercial property will also see a 5% reduction in addition to that. So I think we have the beginnings of property tax relief, and over the next 10 years, the total savings, all classes of property, will be $4.4 billion. That's the biggest property tax reduction in Iowa history. Thank you.